Everyone knows about having a secret room behind a painting, but less people know about using maps. When you use a map on an item frame, it takes up a whole block just like a painting. And I've seen people make giant builds in their world to map onto a map and try to mimic blocks and hide things, but honestly, what's more suspicious? This really weird looking cactus or a regular map? Most people have a giant map on their server, but no one checks behind it. Warning, if you are a Minecraft fox, do not attack a chicken, rabbit, cod, salmon, tropical fish, or baby turtle in snowy biomes. Well, it's fine if you just run up to them and attack, but don't do the pounce attack. This is because of a feature I've never heard of, despite making a video on this game every day for 5 years. If a fox performs a pounce attack and misses and lands in a layer of snow, it gets stuck. It's an official feature, it's on the wiki, and then after like 1 second it can move again. Use this information wisely. Attention, everyone who doesn't keep up with Minecraft updates and are thinking of starting a new 2-week Minecraft phase. There is one thing you need to know. There's been a lot of additions in the last few months and years, and none of it matters! Well, it's cool, but you should explore it for yourself. But there's one thing you should do to vastly improve your playing experience. Somewhere in your base, place a copper block and a carved pumpkin on top. This will spawn a copper chest and golem, and by placing your items in this chest, the golem will sort them into nearby chests that already have it. It's so convenient. Put soul sand under a waterfall to get this bubbling effect. Put campfires under lava to get this smoke effect, and the smoke will go higher if you place a hay bale beneath it. You can add variation by putting fire underneath with a sign and netherrack. Put charged respawn anchors under carpet for this mythical effect. It looks great around an enchanting table. Carpet blocks the enchanting power of bookshelves, so you'll need a second layer, but snow, on the other hand, doesn't block the bookshelves. You can also put mycelium under carpet for a subtle, ominous look, or redstone ore for a trail when you walk over it. By wearing leather boots, you can walk on powdered snow without sinking and move through it like scaffolding. Leather horse armor stops horses from freezing, but you still fall through it. If you wear boots with Frostwalker, you won't take damage standing on magma blocks or campfires. If you wear any gold armor, piglins won't naturally attack you, and if you wear a carved pumpkin, endermen won't attack you from looking at them, and the creaking won't stop when you look at it. You also won't show up on the locator bar, and same thing for mob heads, and mobs of that variety will have a harder time detecting you. I'm gonna show you a Minecraft clip, and you have to tell me the 5 things wrong with it. Alright, just loaded in here. We're next to a village. Sun's rising like that. Got some... Ooh, we got a pillager outpost over there. This is looking like a pretty nice village. We can get some loot, get some food. Maybe there's a blacksmith somewhere. I don't see one. Not sure what we want to loot first, but looks like we're off to a good start, huh? So did you spot them? If you place a cushion on the same block a pressure plate is on, it completely hides it, but a player can still activate it. If it's a wooden pressure plate, once it's activated, it stays pushed down by the cushion, but a stone one will turn back off. Tripwires can also be fully hidden and stay activated just like wooden pressure plates. You can put a button beneath a cushion to hide it, which you can't press until you're on it and look straight down and right-click to activate it. Are you kidding me? Cushions are officially faster than minecarts! If you place cushions on top of signs upward every 4 blocks, you can spam right-click to go up huge distances nearly instantly. People used to do this with boats, but they don't stack and it's harder to set up, and you could technically do this with minecarts, but it costs 5 iron each instead of like 1 wool. But you can also put them in a line with 2 block spacing, and with fast clicking, move at over 40 blocks per second, 5 times faster than a full line of powered rails. Cushions are even faster than I thought. So I've gone over placing cushions in a line with 2 block spacing as a transportation method. Minecarts max out at 8 blocks a second, while horses can get to 14, but just holding right click on these is 15 blocks per second. But then by spam clicking, I was able to get to 45, faster than a standard ice boat. But by changing place block and controls to a keyboard key, you can now hold it down on cushions and travel at 60 blocks a second. And it doesn't end there, because you can also spam place and get on cushions while moving and create your own path in any direction. Which of these items is the odd one out? They all have something in common except one. Here's a hint. All of these items can be held to attract a mob, like how you attract a cow by holding wheat. All except one. Pause if you want to think. It's not the slime ball, which attracts frogs and tadpoles. It's not the spider eye, which attracts armadillos. It's not the beetroot, which attracts pigs. It's not the pitcher pod, which attracts chickens. It's not the red mushroom, which attracts zombie horses. It's not the rabbit's foot, which attracts camel husks. And two of the last three attract bees, which are the chorus flower and cherry leaves, since they both count as flowers, leaving the honeycomb attracting no one, just like you. We just got a friends list where you can join your friend's world in Java Edition Minecraft after 17 years. This is the new friends button on the home screen where you can send and receive friend requests and see which of your friends are online and if they're in a world and if you can join that world. This allows for peer-to-peer world joining, meaning you finally don't need to buy a realm or server just to play with a friend. This is probably the best update ever, and it's really buggy right now, but will be fixed soon. Everyone knows you can name a mob Dinnerbone to turn it upside down, but did you know you can ride horses like this? Here are the funniest mobs to Dinnerbone. First off, all the rideable mobs, but specifically the Strider and the Happy Ghast, where you ride and can stand on its tentacles. Really, every flying mob is funny, but so are pets, and you can have an army of upside-down wolves attacking things. I also really like the Snow Golem, Turtle, and the Warden, because it buries itself in the air. The Ender Dragon would be cool, but you can't flip her, even with commands. How many diamonds do you need? You know when you first get Fortune 3 and feel like you can finally mine diamonds efficiently? Well, how many do you need for your whole world's existence? Full diamond tools and armor take 36, but to get netherite, since you probably need to duplicate your upgrade template, that's an additional 70 diamonds. And even if you throw in some extra armor trims, repairs, jukeboxes, enchanting tables, you really only need like 2 stacks of diamonds unless you lose some in death. And even then, once you progress far enough, you can get all your tools and armor from villagers. How much coal do you need? You know when you start a new world and think, let me just get a bunch of coal now so I don't have to think about it while I get all my iron, diamonds, and all that stuff? So the first response to this question is, what? You're gonna need coal throughout your whole Minecraft playthrough. You can't just get it all at the start. Well, yes, but there is a turning point. Once you get Fortune 3, you can mine coal much more efficiently, and this is around the time you might look at other fuel sources, so the starter coal just has to last until then. So what is that starter number? Well, I estimated you want about 3 stacks of iron, a stack of gold, 2 stacks of cooked food, and 2 stacks of building blocks and other miscellaneous stuff, leading to 8 stacks of smelting, which is only 1 stack of coal when used efficiently. That leaves torches, and I think if you're conservative, you can do your early game mining with 4 stacks, which is 1 more stack of coal, meaning if you start the game mining just 2 stacks of coal, you should be set for a while. Do you want to be a Minecraft hardcore YouTuber? Well, here's how to cheat in your world now that you can't open it to land and turn on creative mode. First, you need to find your world file. Type %appdata% in your Windows search bar, click .minecraft, click saves, and click your world. Now go to your browser and search NBT editor and click this GitHub site. Now drag level.dat from your world folder into this website, which will open this. Click data and change allow commands to 1. Now save the file, replace the old level.dat, and boot up your hardcore world, where you can now use creative mode. If you want to find cherry wood, just look around the plains biome in areas with more hills and elevation. Any place where a meadow or snowy mountain intersects with a plains, there's a good chance for cherry trees. If you want to find mangrove wood, look around warm biomes like the desert, savanna, and jungle, and they almost always spawn next to an ocean, which will be warm or lukewarm. If you want to find pale oak wood, it always spawns touching a dark forest and in places where there's more elevation, similar to the cherry grove, so look for hills. By clicking F3 and F6 and turning on chunk generation stats, you get all these confusing numbers, but they actually help you find biomes. C is for continentalness. The lower the number, the closer you are to an ocean, until it reaches -1, where you'll find a mushroom island. V is for vegetation, which correlates to more humid biomes, and if you get over 0.3, lush caves generate beneath you. E is for erosion, and the lower the number, the more mountains are nearby, and under -0.5 will have deep dark. T is for temperature. Cold, snowy biomes will have a lower number, while hotter biomes like the desert will be higher. How to find the new sulfur caves. Most people will tell you to look for these sulfur springs, which is true, but then how are you supposed to find those? They're pretty rare too, so it doesn't really solve anything. Well, if you click F3 and F6, this menu opens where you can turn on chunk generation stats. Here you'll see a bunch of random numbers, but only 3 matter: C, E, and W. C you want to be under 0.5, E you want to be over 0.5, and W you want under negative 0.5, but as low and close to -1 as possible. You don't need all these numbers to be exact, you just want to be as close as possible, which will lead you to flat areas like swamps, deserts, or even hills, but never high mountains or deep oceans.